Here's a question worth asking before you buy anything from hostkilo.com. Who exactly are you buying from? That sounds simple, but it becomes surprisingly important when an online store is offering huge discounts and you can't easily establish who operates the business. HostKilo.com reportedly presents itself like a conventional online retailer. You see product listings, photographs, discounts, reviews, shipping information, and the usual policy pages. On the surface, it can create the impression that you're dealing with an established e-commerce company. But scam-style websites don't necessarily look suspicious. In fact, looking legitimate is part of the strategy. One of the strongest concerns here is a combination of aggressive discounts and urgency. The investigation describes promotions reaching extremely high markdowns, alongside tactics such as limited stock messaging and short-term sale language. These techniques aren't illegal by themselves, but they can discourage shoppers from doing the basic research they should do before paying. So let's look beyond the sales pitch. The information provided describes limited verifiable customer support and unclear ownership details. Those are important because a legitimate retailer should have some form of accountability. If your order's missing, your product is defective, or you need a refund, you should know who you're contacting and where that company actually operates. There are also reported concerns about reused product images and descriptions. That's another classic warning sign. A website can display beautiful photographs of a product without necessarily having the inventory, supplier relationship, or quality represented in those photographs. And then comes the biggest issue. What happens after payment? The reported patterns include non-delivery, unreliable tracking, and products arriving that are significantly cheaper or different than what customers expected. Refund attempts can reportedly become difficult, with some situations involving international return addresses and shipping costs that make the process unattractive for the buyer. That creates a particularly frustrating situation. You've already paid, the seller has your money, and now you're being asked to spend even more money just to attempt a return. Could every negative outcome be explained by ordinary fulfillment problems? Possibly in an individual case, but when multiple warning signs appear together, consumers should look at the overall risk rather than focusing on one isolated detail. And that's the key takeaway from HostKilo.com. I wouldn't describe the site as a safe shopping choice based on the evidence provided. The combination of questionable transparency, extreme discounts, copied-looking content, weak support, and reported delivery and refund problems creates a risk profile I would personally avoid. So before you click Place Order, take 5 minutes to investigate. A genuine bargain will still be there after you've checked it. A suspicious website might not be.